let's talk about Frontier Tower, because I did some digging myself. Wendy, I mean, I know you were there, but did you notice when you were there that this actually isn't a real estate project, but a prototype of the future?
I did have that feeling. Yeah, I walked in and it just, everything was different. The people seemed smarter than normal people. Yeah, I don't know. It was just this buzz. It felt like we were building something new. We were building something to do with longevity and human flourishing. I don't know. Every floor just had a different vibe. And I was so excited to be going up and down the floors and feeling like this was like a vertical village for building the future. Sorry, this is hard for me. This is really hard for me.
Yeah. Well, it takes a vertical village to raise a vertical child. That's what I say. Yeah.
So they say, not even 3 months ago, we opened the doors for the first installment of Frontier Tower, a 16-story vertical village in the heart of San Francisco. What's unfolding inside is more than a new way to live and work, which I believe, Wendy, you saw. You were like, wow, this isn't just a new way to live and work. This is a global experiment.
And it has an elevator.
Yeah. A decentralized network of community-governed spaces for building what comes next.
Sounds quite centralized.
A new civilization layer.
Ooh.
This is network state alarm, network state alarm, network state alarm. I say San Francisco is a contradiction, one of the world's most advanced and most broken cities. To us, that makes it the perfect frontier. I mean, what a use of the word frontier, right?
Yeah, the thing is, I'm not usually around these types of people that often, right? There are many people in San Francisco who are not like this. Incredible, right? But so when I'm around groups of people like this, I'm always like, wait, is this real? Do people really believe these things? And so having to sit in that room and hear demo after demo of startups who really think of themselves as within this project to advance humanity, and just to hear the things they're talking about, I feel like I'm in a prison of my own. You know, a demo day can be a prison too. It turns out it's a very, very strange, jarring experience.
What were some of the startups that were presented to you?
So, okay, just sighing, just thinking about it. I think I blocked some of them out from my memory, and when I revisited my notes for this episode, I was just sort of plunged into trauma all over again. So there's one that it's called Simura. I don't really know. I think it was Simera. And the way the founder pitched it is it's about hiring cool Latinos. Specifically cool. Yeah, I don't know. She kept saying the word cool. So it's helping Latinos get cool jobs at remote companies, but it's also about helping global corporations hire cool Latinos at cheaper rates. And I was very confused at the cool. I wondered if maybe cool meant something different from what I thought, but I think it's just, they're cool. They're really cool people.
Listen, guys, we all love Despacito. Okay. So here's my idea.
Cool. What about the humble, uncool Latino?
No.
Yeah. What do you do if you just are charmless?
Sorry, you just got to become cool or you're out. So it helps companies hire remote workers for obviously a fraction of the cost. And it helps cool Latinos get access to jobs in the global market that they otherwise wouldn't have gotten access to.
Yeah.
So not exactly a new business model. And I don't really understand why it was pitched as if it was. But maybe the cool Latino thing is what makes it special.
My favorite of your notes, my favorite thing that you wrote down is that if you just said we have 500,000 remote professionals ready to work for you, but no, they said we have 500,000 Latinos ready to work for you. It's like, why do you keep saying the race? It's so weird.
Yeah. And a lot of people have been saying that Filipinos aren't technically Latino. Counterpoint, they speak basically Spanish.
Yeah.
I think in some weird way, this was making it almost about diversity or something. You want to bring some Latinos on board your team. I think that's why Latino kept being emphasized. It was otherwise it feels very strange, but I think there's some kind of cachet.
We're very happy to underpay people who aren't white. I'm sick of all of this implication that we only give out these kind of global South slave jobs to white people. We'll give them out to people who aren't white. They're as good as anyone else.
Okay, so I don't know how we're going to top Simura, but what were a couple of the other ones? Then we'll go back into its civilizational vision.
Okay, so
sorry. I'm still laughing at we have a network of 500,000 cool Latinos ready to work at your company.
Yeah, I was amazed as well. That was amazing. So there's a startup called Thala, Thalla, and just to give you a sense of it, the founder is someone who, he terrified me. He had this intensity that I really felt like, if someone told him to just slit everyone's throat in that room and then he would raise some money, he would do it. Just no question. He'd just have a knife in his pocket. He just had that kind of I don't know, he sort of deathly intensity. I think he's going to succeed.
Really meeting someone without a soul.
That's
basically
how it felt. And so his pitch was for a product that will never let you forget anything again. It's AI for entrepreneurs.
Yeah, it's called having anxiety.
I don't want the guy who's not ensouled to give me the thing that lets me not forget anything, particularly if I worry that the thing he's using it to not forget is his kills.
So they're solving humanity's biggest problem, which is memory.
Well, remembering the names of those 500,000 cool Latinos you just hired. I mean, that's got to be pretty challenging.
So far from what you've told me, this feels weirdly Bidenesque, right? Worrying about losing your memory, corporate diversity. Like,
we're going to hire 500,000 cool Latinos.
Is Joe Biden capable of mentally comprehending 500,000 cool Latinos at the same time?
Yeah. Picture 500,000 cool Latinos and now rotate them in your mind.
What happened to Batista?
So I think the Thala thing, I mean, also, like, you have been cursed by a soulless man to remember everything feels like a very poetic thing that would happen in a magical realist novel.
I met him on a kind of like wooded track, and I lost a game of chance to him, and now I have to remember everything. Remembering the time that I called the teacher mum for the rest of my life.
What do you mean, the time?
So they say, we envision a world where you call the shots, your information, your communications, your workflow, everything tailored to you. But the journey doesn't stop there. Once we've optimized your life through connecting to your WhatsApp, we'll provide you with the options that emerge from it, expanding your control over your digital environment. By taking charge of your feed, you shape your reality and your future.
They use a lot of grandiose language, and I'm not really sure what it does, but I don't think what it does is that interesting. I mean, it maybe reminds you of things, but I think what's interesting about it is that the pitch is just so ambitious and it's so all-encompassing. Like, we're solving memory. You'll never forget anything ever again, which is not really what they do, but I think they have to pitch it that way, and they have to pitch it as AI. Like, again, AI for entrepreneurs. That's how they're selling it. And their plan is that they'll displace existing SaaS tools and just like, so that their market size is like massive because they can replace every other tool.
You quoted what they claim their total addressable market was, and I love that they're very ambitious. No one else has this document in front of them. Wendy, you had it. So of the remaining three, what do you think the total addressable market for Thala is?
God, I have no idea.
7 billion people.
Hussein?
I'm going to go with like 1 billion. No, I don't even know.
November, please.
Oh, God. Okay. Is it trying to do something like where it's like 12 billion people because it's going to be Earth and the off-world colonies?
I'm afraid closest without going over is Milo. It is all 8 billion humans is the total addressable
That would
market
make sense
for
in terms
Thala.
of the pitch, but yeah.
They've missed a trick there. They should have like leaned into the Mars colonization bit.
Oh, yeah, they totally should have been like, our total addressable market is all of the trillions of humans who will ever exist in the fullness of time once we become interplanetary.
Yeah, maybe aliens,
Yeah, aliens too.
I think that's a pretty standard accounting practice in Silicon Valley these days, just to, amortize.
Doing the bit from Arrival, but I'm trying to explain the concept of a cool Latino to the hexapods.
It's Emily Blunt holding up the whiteboard, but she's just pointing to this cool Latino 500,000.
Getting thrown out of the vet because my alien being is too fat.
Yeah.
On the point about market size, like really ambitious market size, I do just want to quickly point out there was this company, not really a company, just like a prototype of this robot arm that will rearrange things. And so we saw a video of it, and the founder was telling us that the total addressable market is $25 trillion because that's the total market for human labor. And the idea is that this robot arm could eventually replace all human labor. And I kind of love the ambition of that. Just kind of the founders being like, the market size is $25 trillion, just showing us a YouTube video of an arm that could move a few things around. And the best part was that because he was signed out of YouTube, YouTube showed the screen that said, prove that you're not a bot before he could show us the video, which I really, really loved.
I love, the increased arms race of grandiosity. The other one I enjoyed was one that was just called Thermopoly,
right?
Which is just
you only need 300 cool Latinos.
Yeah, where they brought a prototype surface-to-air missile launcher to the new civilizational layer to show the builders and investors.
Well, because you might need air defense for your tower block.
Yeah, and you said that their goal was to make the world more stable so we can go to space.
Yeah, they were really, they wanted to sell us on their bigger vision, right? You start with surface-to-air missiles, and then you eventually go to space. And that's the dream. I think it's important to have a dream. It's important to believe in something big.